everyone, welcome to another episode of I Was There Last Night, because I have got bruises to prove I was there last night. Also, a ticket, in case you were wondering. Last night, May 6th, at the Summit Music Hall in Denver, Colorado, I saw Testament featuring Sepultura, Prong, and Dying Gorgeous Lies. Between Cinco de Mayo, a Rockies game, and just a nice Saturday night out, downtown was packed, and this show was smack dab in the middle of it. But between the venue and the crowd at this sold-out show, this was amazing. Now, I will always say it, this is the best concert I've seen until the next best concert, but who cares? This was amazing, and I am going to be insanely sore for the next few days. So the first band up was Dying Gorgeous Lies. I didn't even know this band was on the bill until the day of the show, because I've also never heard of them. They're a melodic metal thrash band from Germany. And I must say, I was impressed with their sound. I was standing in line for merch while they were playing, but the line went through the crowd, so I was able to watch the set from the line. They have a couple of killer guitarists, and one of them had a few notable shreds. I couldn't hear the singer too well, but she sounded like she was going for more of a thrash sound than kind of the Angela-Gossow sound that it almost sounded like she was trying to achieve sometimes. It was a short introduction. They only played about 5 songs, but I hope that this tour gives them some great opportunities, because I thought they did sound really solid, and they absolutely got a great reaction from the crowd. I think the crowd appreciated them. They definitely seemed to get people excited. So it was a nice little surprise to open up the night. So next up was Prong, and I missed most of this set because, like I said, I was standing in line for Testament merch, and since it bisected the whole theater, I was in line for about an hour. But I could hear them really well, and they did sound awesome. I just don't know many of Prong's songs. I pretty much just know Snap Your Fingers, Snap Your Neck. When I did finally get to watch them, they were having a great time. Their drummer is fantastic. He's superb, and he's also kind of a goofball. He kept throwing his sticks at people. And the crowd had a good-sized pit going. They definitely were having a lot of fun. They got the circle pit going there during Prong. I really wish I could have actually watched it, but I could hear that they were having a great time. They were definitely schmoozing with the crowd, great rapport with the crowd. They were having fun. Everybody in the crowd was having fun, and I think Denver gave them a fantastic reception. I certainly enjoyed the music, the way it sounded, and hopefully the next time I get to see them, I'll actually get to watch them. Next up was Sepultura. I did a spin cycle episode in preparation for this set, so do check that one out. Now, I've never seen Sepultura live, so this was going to be exciting. I was really stoked to see Sepultura. My one complaint about the venue is that the three openers had a smaller stage. Basically, Testament's drum set was already set up on the stage, so they had to set up their drums in the middle of the stage, and you had two people on one side, and Andreas Kisser was on the other side. But that's beside the point. They still sounded amazing. And it also meant I got to have Derek and Paolo in my face the whole show. These guys came out with some real energy. They started right off with two songs from their new album, I Am the Enemy and Phantom Self, two fantastic songs from that album. And that also just gave Andreas an excuse to show off. But everyone was crushing it. You got Derek's vocals, Andreas' guitar work, Paolo on bass, and Eloy killing it on drums. So like I said, they played a few from their new album, but they also gave us some of the old hits, some of the ones that everybody knows from Sepultura. They played songs like Desperate Cry, Inner Self, Refuse, Resist. It's also hard not to love how they ended it with Roots, Bloody Roots. That was just a great way to get the crowd, fired up for one last song. But I will say, some of the ones I liked the most were off their new album, songs like Sworn Oath and Resistant Parasites. I mean, this was an amazing set, and the crowd was on fire. They were losing their minds during this set. And I could totally sympathize with Derek, who was drenched in sweat, because this was an electrifying show. It's my first time seeing Sepultura, and definitely they rocked it, so those guys know how to do it. And then there was one, the Immortal Testament. As I hoped they would, they opened with Brotherhood of the Snake, which that song is just perfect for opening a show. And of course, the crowd lost their mind, and they didn't get it back until the end of the show. This was an insane set with a great mix of old hits and new ones. We also got something you don't get enough anymore, at least a lot of the shows I've gone to recently, which is every member of the band had their own solo, just to stand up there alone to just kill it. Alex Skolnick's might have been my favorite solo of the night, but Steve DiGiorgio's bass solo then turned into Urotsukidoji. I did not butcher that name. Eric Peterson had a superb solo as well, and Gene Hoglan's drum solo was killer, though I don't know if the crowd understood what he wanted from us. He kept holding up his sticks and yelling, but nobody could hear him, so he just kept playing, which was fine by me. And Chuck Billy had a portable mic stand, and he would play air guitar throughout the entire set. Suffice it to say, they were all having a great time up there, and I think we were definitely helping their attitude because we were having a great time down there. The pit was moving. I wasn't in it, but I was on the wall. Like I said, that is why I'm going to be very, very sore for the next few days. And it really got going during songs like Into the Pit, The Pale King, and Low, just to name a few that really got the pit going. I also really love that Chuck Billy made an awesome political statement before the song Stronghold, standing with Standing Rock, fists in the air. A few other great songs that they played include Rise Up, Souls of Black, The New Order, Seven Seals. They also had a really cool anecdote about Pantera before playing Practice What You Preach during the encore. And then they ended the night with the incredibly old school Over the Wall from the Legacy album. And like I said, the crowd lost their minds and just absolutely crushed it throughout the entire set. This was everything I wanted it to be, including a crowd pleaser. Even after 30 years, Testament is still destroying it. Eric Green was bullshitting when he said that we were the best crowd he's seen on this tour, Denver made me proud last night. This was a fun show, it was a wild show, and it's the way a thrash metal concert should be. The bands all sounded great, there were no technical issues, which is always a plus. And I went out there and I just wanted to have fun, and that's exactly what I got. Both Testament and Sepultura were worth the wait. I have been lucky to see Anthrax and Testament in consecutive weeks. Now, if only Metallica and Slayer were coming. If you were there last night, let me know what you thought of the show. If not, hopefully these short clips make you regret not going, because it was amazing. And that does it for this episode of I Was There Last Night, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Nice work. Good job. If you like what you saw, you can just go ahead and click that subscribe button for all videos past and future. You can also head over to my website and see all the other stuff that I do, including the books I've written. So go ahead, click stuff.